I have a lot to say about The Godfather.
We're talking about Godfather, buddy.
Oh my God, Father.
I mean, it's one of the seminal movies of its time. There's the story, everything, it's so great.
I've been waiting my life to be asked this. I had no idea that you were going to be talking about The Godfather.
I just love those movies like crazy.
You know, grew up watching The Godfather.
First lines are, I believe in America. And that, as much as it is a mafia movie, it's a movie about America. And so it's one of those films that you look at and you go, how did they pull this off? It is so well written, it's so well directed, it's so well acted. Like every single frame of that movie is perfect. And so it is a joy to behold.
I'm actually, through the DVDs, I'm really enjoying even 3 more than the much maligned 3 more than I ever did because of the Coppola's commentary.
Francis Ford Coppola is one of my favorite directors. I mean, I just think he's amazing, and The Godfather is one of the movies that made me want to make movies, so I'm very excited to know that they're going to release it in that way.
My favorite scene is when the paparazzi are taking pictures of the wedding, and Sonny walks out, breaks their camera, and then throws the cash on the ground, because it shows that even though he's a jerk, he has a code, and he'll still pay for what he broke.
I immediately envision that wedding. Every time I hear The Godfather, I just envision that wedding. And I think of just the look of the film, I think is the first thing I think of. And probably the music is the second thing I think of.
Okay, well, my favorite scene is when De Niro comes up to the old Don in Italy. And, and he leans up and he whispers, Antonio Annolini. And then he just cuts it. And because he cuts him, and it's so amazing that movie.
The scene where she tells Al Pacino, where Diane Keaton tells Al Pacino that she's getting that she got an abortion, my roommate and I act that out. It was an abortion, Michael! It's amazing. And then he slaps her, forget about it. It's the best.
Stuff in Cuba I like a lot. And yeah, New York, I don't know, Bruno Kirby.
My friends and I can't, that basically we spend our entire lives, as I think so much of America does, quoting that movie.
There's that one where Brando's sitting there and he's like, look at what they did to my boy.
Johnny Ola knows these places like the back of his hand.
Bada bing, you get his brains all over your nice Ivy League suit.
I'm gonna make him an offer I can't refuse, right?
You broke my heart, Freda.
Act like a man! Oh my God, are you kidding?
The camera closes in, and it's just, you're just looking at Al Pacino.
He wasn't afraid to let the scenes go on and to really explore the characters.
Finally, he's in the family. That's one of those moments that kills me. It's just like, man, I don't know. I get it, yeah.
It wasn't quick cuts like it is nowadays. I think that was what was so unique about it.
There's something just so real. It doesn't hurt that there's just phenomenal actors involved, they were just so real, and it was gut-wrenching, and you like the characters, but they're doing horrible things, and that's so confusing and fantastic when you're watching a film, because if you don't like them at all and they're doing horrible things, then you don't care. So I think that's one of the things that The Godfather has going for it.
You don't ever question for a second that you're watching something real. And I think that's just a really difficult feat to achieve, especially with a gangster film. So often those films are a little bit over the top or so stylized that you don't quite buy into it, or sometimes you can get kind of taken out of the story because of the violence. And for whatever reason, they just walked the line so perfectly with all of that, where you got sucked into that world and you kind of feel like you're in the story with the characters, and you almost feel like you're a part of the family.
I think that they've tried to recreate something as epic as that many times, and it's failed. It's a combination of the director, the writer, the actors, and sometimes it just works, and most of the time it doesn't.
People like Francis Ford Coppola have provided in many, many forms, moments that stick with me throughout my life all the time. And so, that's kind of it.
It was magic, when you get that perfect combination, you get magic.
It's everything storytelling should be.